Hello everybody. The other day I happened to come across a video of Steve Winwood playing Can't Find My Way Back Home. And it's a song that's always intrigued me all through the years. And I realized after watching him that I've always been playing it somewhat wrong. My chords were right, but not in the right places. And this was a really beautiful setting. It's Steve Winwood at an older age. I'm not sure when this was first shot, but it's him sitting in like a rock room, not a rock like rock and roll, but like some king from the 13th century or something in a castle with a stone fireplace going. It's crackling in the background. But anyway, he's playing this solo with just an acoustic guitar. So anyway, what I learned watching him is that he uses a number of chords that while the names might be the same, the shapes are completely different. So what do I mean by that? Well, he uses, first of all, it's a drop D tuning. So everything from the A string up is tuned normally, but the low E string is tuned down to D. Very strong. This is a G chord. Well, let's call it a G power chord because it has no third. And then he plays an F sharp power chord and an E power chord. And then this is the D. Now, arguably, you could sweeten it up and add the third on the top on this G chord. Very nice. And then this becomes F sharp minor. So all I'm doing is instead of using my middle finger over here with my pointer finger over here, I'm shifting over to my ring finger and my pointer. Okay, and then the E minor is again the middle finger covering the E, A, and D string. You got an open G, and then it's an E minor 7th, so you have to put your pinky on the B string on the 3rd fret. And then your open D. Okay, so those are the interesting chords. So anyway, the introduction is does that 2 times. So what is it? This is actually a G chord or a power G. I like to put the 3rd on the top with my pointer finger on the 4th fret of the G string. Or you could play a power F sharp. Now, keep in mind we're playing in the drop D tuning. So F sharp would normally be like this. But I got to raise it up a whole step, the low E string. So again, a G chord with the 3rd on the top, F sharp minor, E minor. So I'm covering the E, the A, and the D string with my middle finger, and I'm strumming 4 strings. I'm including the open G string, and then you go to D. So the intro goes like this. Now, it's arguable, you know, he might play it differently every time. I tend to want to finger pick this, but he might be just like strumming it. I like to do it like this. So that's the intro. One more time. Okay, verse is a C9 arguably a G sus4. So let's call it a C9 with no third. I'm plucking the A string, the D string, the G string, and the B string. My middle finger is on the 3rd fret of the A string. My ring finger is on the 3rd fret of the B string. And I'm plucking 4 strings, just the A, the D, the G, and the B. You could also call that a G sus4 with the sus4 in the bass. Then I'm going to maintain my ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string, and I'm going to move my pointer down to the 2nd fret of the A string, which is a full-fledged G chord with the major third in the bass. Now I'm going to swap fingers on the 3rd fret of the B string by putting my pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string and putting my pointer finger on the 1st fret of the A string. Again, plucking 4 strings. That's a G minor with the minor third in the bass. And then it goes to an open D, but you want to emphasize the A note, because the movement in the verse is okay, so you have something going on like this. Okay, so now it goes to an F chord, G chord to open D. So this is an F chord. I'm playing it with my middle finger covering 3 strings, the E, the A, and the D on the 3rd fret, and I'm using my pointer finger to throw the 3rd on top, which is an A note. I'm not actually sure he does that, but I just think it sounds better than just doing a power chord. So here's your F. So again, it's the same shape as the F chord, we're just moving it up 2 frets. And then open D. Again. Okay, the middle is a G chord shape like I just showed you before. Then it goes to an A7 sus4. I'm pretty sure of that. Not 100% sure. I always played it in the past as a plain A chord. But that was because I judged by what I heard on the album. But I think what Steve Winwood is playing is an A7 sus4. So again, it's 4 strings, open A, point the finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, open G, and then your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. Back to D. And then what winds us out of here is an E minor 7. So I'm covering the E string, the A string, and the D string on the 2nd fret. I got an open G string and my pinky on the 3rd fret of the D string. Then it goes to a G chord, F sharp minor, E minor, D. So let me try playing it through. for watching.